this video.
Do we need to keep? We don't need that.
We don't need it open.
Are you sure?
And you're all set?
Oh. What about additional microphones? Over here. Oh, good.
You know,
How many speakers do you have? You need mics?
I thought we were gonna do those.
Labs?
Yeah.
I think we gotta wire up people. Yeah, wire up people.
Eject.
Yeah. I'm fine. Just I don't know. Let's see what Dave's doing. Gonna do a lot of layer or yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Let's make sure this works.
Yeah, Marcus would need that. I don't know that easy.
Just saw a flash. No. Up. Okay, it works.
Cool.
So I'll just turn it off so we don't lose battery.
And are you okay sitting nearby doing the transition for Code for America? In fact, we have someone that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It should be relatively straightforward. Can I just hit a Control F5 on this one? No, I cannot. Okay. It's good to know. Is there a keyboard shortcut?
Can you leave it up on the screen? What?
I can leave it up.
Like if you do.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Present. Control F5. Got it. That's fine. Control. Ah. No. You're clicked on something. Escape. Escape. Oh, stop it, Google. You're taking over my life. Stop. Why am I... Okay. Control F5. Okay, that's not working.
Is it FN?
Control function F5. Thank you. That's why.
And then if you switch, does it?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You want to try and
Yeah.
just Control function F5. Wow, it doesn't work twice. Control.
Wait. Well, that's interesting.
Ah!
We're all on camera. Is everything working out? Yeah. You bring together the greatest technology.
That was cool.
We can't figure out how to do the basic web browsing stuff.
It works. It works. We can just switch right back to it.
Yeah,
Perfect. Perfect. No! They keep switching my screen on me. All right, so this is going to work. Up and down, back and forth. Well, actually, we should test it on your... Oh, I turned it off. So that is advance forward, that is go backwards. I guess maybe it's, yeah. Well, anyway, forward, backwards. And that just works. Nice. That's really handy.
Take a look at the end though, if you get a chance. Now, just in case my colleague Caleb's gonna hear in 2 minutes.
Sure. You
For the end, there was like an intro.
want to look at this one?
Yeah, I think maybe put something in there about Hacker LA or
Yeah, we have a slide in here that is like you guys, and then we have another slide. So we'll do your guys, and then we'll switch to your presentation, and then we'll switch back to ours, and you guys can introduce them. We'll be very fluid about it.
Is it right in here somewhere? Or?
Yes. So it looks like, so we have you, and then them.
Oh, perfect. So there's
Yeah.
no words.
No.
And who, do you know who from Hacker?
Yes, his name is Travis, and
Yeah, I
I.
know Travis.
Okay, Travis Corte? Yeah, okay. So he'll be. Yeah, it'll be him.
Okay, cool.
They have their event tonight too. So
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you guys that are speaking, my production crew, saying stay at the podium.
Stay at the podium.
Stay at the podium because the camera
So
is
we
set
can-
up for you.
Okay.
Also, we need the microphones here. So,
All right, and if we have more than one person at the podium, are we kind of side by side?
I think, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
and I know for us, probably use this seat right here. Say hello. Let her talk, and
Okay.
then come at the end and introduce Travis.
Great.
Okay.
And do Q&A. with the-
Sure.
Yeah. Otherwise, it takes us more.
No, I think it's just Carl and I. Oh, Julie. Julie needs to know. She's right there. Julie Rusk. You know Julie.
In the gray sweater.
Okay. I think we're good.
Yeah. All right, so it's 6:30.
So
People
yeah.
should start arriving.
Start rolling.
At 153 RSVPs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is the one time when having like beer on hand helps.
I know.
It's like the,
Cool the
the,
nerves
the
a little.
awkward
Yeah,
silent
yeah.
moments beforehand.
Right.
Mixing with a hard-boiled egg is quite the same.
Not the best. That's okay.
Just wanted to make a quick announcement. Feel free to mix for a little bit. We're going to officially start the program at 7. Wanted to let people arrive. And yeah, grab yourself some snacks or some coffee, and look forward to starting at 7 p.m. sharp.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Testing 1 2. Sound distorted?
All right, we're going to start in 2 minutes. Please grab a seat. 2 minutes. All right, don't be shy. Come on in, fill in the seats. It makes for better photographs. This is really blown out.
Is it on? Where's the...
Does that one have a switch on it?
I guess not. It's okay. We're just gonna shout anyway.
All right.
Do you want to switch slides, or you want me to switch slides?
I'll let you. I'm happy to if you tell me which button it is. Is it down one? Sure, I'll do it. Is it on?
I believe so.
Is the light on? All right, we're going to get started. Can everyone hear us all right? I think we're going to avoid the mic because it sounds a little tinny. Come on in. We've got plenty of open seats up here. Oh, okay. They got to... Should we figure out if we can get this mic on? Because...
We'll just
All right.
shout into that one.
All right. We're going to shout into this one so we can be recorded. All right, well, welcome everybody. Super excited to have everybody out here. I'm Carl Hansen with the Santa Monica Chamber.
And I'm Kagan Maher with the City of Santa Monica. So yeah, thank you for coming. We're going to bring Patty Wong from the library up to say a few words. They're our gracious host tonight. Patty?
Isn't this an exciting time? This is really wonderful. Welcome to Santa Monica Public Library. We're so glad that you're here. And we're very excited because this is part of a wonderful collaboration of community spirit and innovation. I can't think of a better way of sharing information, imagination, inspiration, leading to innovation. We're all about being a learning community. We're so glad that you're part of it, and we look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
All right, well, that's us again.
Yeah, you saw us.
Boring. All right, so what is Hack the Beach?
Well, let's talk about what it's not first. We say this every time, but we feel like we need to keep saying it. It's not a hackathon, okay? We're not talking about going away for a weekend, cobbling together something, and coming back saying, look at what I hacked on. No. This is a multi-month design challenge. So our application opened a couple weeks ago, closes on September 4th. You still have plenty of time to apply. Catherine from City Grows is here in the back. She'll be talking with all of you about the platform that we're using for the application, City Grows. They're the winner of last year's Hack the Beach. It's very easy. It's free to apply. The idea is we're looking for real solutions to the problems that the city is facing. And of course, all the details are on our website, hackthebeach.com.
So what's in it for you other than helping out your community? So we've got some really cool prizes this year. All applicants who pass the initial screening will be put on the city's request for qualified vendors list.
And I just want to say thank you to Araceli. Where's Araceli? Yeah, our purchasing
Yeah.
manager. Thank you for making that happen, Araceli.
And if you want to learn why that's so cool, talk to them later on this evening. It's actually
It's a big deal.
incredibly exciting. All applicants that pass the initial screening will also have the chance to do a quick lightning pitch round at our September 21st event. So another chance to get your idea in front of tech and community leaders here in Santa Monica. And then the winning team that will be selected in December and announced at the State of the City in January will receive a behind-the-scenes tour of Hyperloop One. We'll have dinner with the mayor and city manager at Rustic Canyon, and we'll get course credit at General Assembly, workspace at Cross Campus, along with a whole slew of other prizes we're lining up right now. Wanted to give a huge thank you to Starbucks, the food and beverage sponsors. That's the Starbucks at Olympic and Main here in Santa Monica.
Thank you to all of our outreach partners, all of you who are tweeting and retweeting, all of our friends here, Women Who Code, Santa Monica New Tech. Couldn't have done it without all of you, getting the word out, getting all of you wonderful people in the room tonight. Catherine's in the back to talk to you more about this, but Hack the Beach is actually applying to be a panelist at South by Southwest this year. There's a bit.ly link on the bottom if you can go vote for us to accept us as a panelist. That'd be great.
Yeah, would really appreciate that. It's another chance to get the word out about Hack the Beach, and South by Southwest is awesome, Hack the Beach is awesome, and two awesome should go together.
Julie is our Chief of Civic Wellbeing. She's going to say a few words.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Okay. Oh yeah, don't give me the clicker. That's a bad idea. It's so great to see you all here. A lot of my colleagues from the city were delighted that you're out here today, and it's a little weird to kind of see how you guys do these things and you see yourself up there. I'm really delighted to be here on behalf of the city of Santa Monica. The Office of Civic Wellbeing is something that's really new, and we need to develop it and work on it together. And it's really all about best practices and innovation, as Patty said, and solutions that help us co-create the future. Because we know in Santa Monica, inside of City Hall, that there's a lot we can do. We know a lot about our community, but we need to partner in new ways with you to make it happen. And so we're really delighted to have colleagues and new friends from Code for America come down and talk with you about what they do. A team of us from Santa Monica went up to the last summit in Oakland this past fall at Code for America and really had the chance to hear a number of case studies and really see evidence of these partnerships and what they really do to create success in communities really across the country. So we're delighted to have Neil Carre from Code for America, who's the Director of Partnerships, and Caitlin Docker, who's the Senior Manager of Partnerships and Growth. And they are going to talk with you about what they're doing and some of the successes they've had. You'll have a few minutes to ask questions of them, and that'll help kick off the rest of our evening. So without further ado, Caitlin.
Hi everyone, thanks for having us tonight. Show of hands, whose first Hack the Beach event is this? All right, a fair number. So at Code for America, we have a little tradition every time we have a big event. I know many city staff were at our summit last year, but we like to get to know our neighbors. So if all of you can find someone you don't know in the room and just share what's bringing you out here tonight, and then if you feel comfortable, share that reason or take a selfie with your new friend, post it to social media with Hack the Beach. For people who are joining us live streaming, you can do this too. So you have about a minute, find a new friend, talk about what's bringing you out here, what you're interested in learning, and then we'll bring it all back together. You can get up and move too if you have to.
I didn't know if you wanted this or you just wanted to do it with the...
Oh yeah, this
that?
is great.
Perfect, all right. The battery won't die on that. On this...
Is someone missing their phone?
I don't know who's that.
Fine.
Okay.
That one's mine, all right.
All right.
Excellent. How long have you been with Code for America?
2 years.
Awesome, cool.
Yeah.
This is our second iteration of Hack the Beach, so we're
Yeah.
pumped about it.
Awesome. All right. attention back up front. Okay. Ugh.
All right.
Hello.
Bring it
Ooh,
back.
there we go. Yeah,
Yeah, almost.
almost. All right, everyone. There we go. Get some clapping involved. Cool. All right. So I know you all have a lot of time to talk with each other later on today, but Code for America, we know it can be weird being in a new space, especially if it's with unfamiliar faces. So just like to get a little awkward, adjust the tension right up front. Make sure that you're getting to meet new people, breaking outside of your groups a little bit. So I was asked today to talk a little bit about Code for America and some of the work that we're doing. But at Code for America, we ask ourselves almost every day, what if government services just plain worked? What if we connected people to government services when they needed them the most? And when we did that, they were simple, effective, and easy to use. What happens if outcomes were measurably different, or a world where better actually costs less and you didn't have to spend years going through a procurement process, the dreams, right? We really believe in services that are designed for everyone equally. We firmly believe that it would be the biggest source of generational change or progress if we could make government services that actually worked for the people, by the people in the 21st century. But we can't do this alone. Code for America, we have a staff of only 50 people in San Francisco. We have a volunteer network, which Travis is here to talk about with Hack for LA. But it just can't be technologists working on this problem. We have to reach out, talk to folks in City Hall. And I do want to give a special shout out for everyone who works in government who took a time out of their evening tonight away from their families to come here and talk with all of us. I think that's really cool to see so many different faces, so many different people in the room tonight. We all have to pick up the ball, work together, make little changes, make small process improvements along the way. We were at Data and Donuts this morning, Hack for LA last night, and know there are a ton of ideas, a ton of energy, and we're super excited to see what you all submit later in September. So when we typically meet with new folks, we like to talk about the way government works right now, as a way to build empathy for folks who are in City Hall, working at the county or state government. Right now, the way that government works is that at some point a policy will be put in place. You may not have written the policy yourself. Your comments that you left online may not have been taken into consideration. Ultimately, that policy gets implemented. There are processes and systems that are put in place to deal with it. Then eventually, that piece of technology will hit users and it hits the stasis, where next time it gets updated, maybe in 10 or 15 years, when there's new energy and excitement around the next greatest thing in policy. At Code for America, we do things a little bit differently. We actually get outside of our office and go find users for the problems that we think we want to solve. Because we ourselves are not our users. We think we understand, we really empathize with them, but we want to understand what their experience is, what their barriers and challenges are. Once we talk with users, identify their barriers and challenges, we get out and design a really small service, something really super small, an MVP that we're really embarrassed about, and get it back into the hands of people. And from that, develop a system around it. Our goal is that by talking with users, putting in new systems in place, that ultimately that change will bump up and inform future policy. Ultimately, at the end of the day, creating a feedback loop where we're talking with our neighbors, our residents, folks next door, and understanding how this is really working for them. Now, I'm a visual learner, so this is one of my favorite slides, so it wouldn't be a Code for America presentation without it. We are working alongside our government partners to take practices and plays that made LinkedIn and Amazon the companies that they are today, and really applying it to how government works. So we get out, we collect feedback about what's working, what's not working for residents, build something super small that meets people's needs, and then immediately get into the field, see what's working, see what's not, and really learning from them. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is called iterative development, using user-centered design processes. Oftentimes, innovation is just iteration. So let's talk about one of the problems Code for America is working to solve today. Some of you may know that California has the second highest participation gap in food assistance in the entire country. There are nearly 3 million people who are eligible for food assistance or CalFresh, but currently aren't receiving the benefit. This is a huge, huge problem that not one solution can fix. So Code for America partnered with the County of San Francisco and really got out into the field and began to talk with people like Renee. We worked with CBOs like the SF Marin Food Bank and worked alongside of them as they were helping people apply for food assistance in person. We sat next to eligibility staff and understood how many interviews they had with people every single day, the types of questions they were asking, just the general mood of not only the government workers, but also the people on the phone as well. But most importantly, we talked with people like Renee. In the United States, about 1 in 4 kids actually benefit from food assistance, and half of all Americans will use food assistance in their lifetime. We know that asking for help is super difficult no matter who you are, where you're from, and there's often a stigma deeply attached with that, not just for asking for help, but also receiving government assistance. Well, when Renee went to apply for food assistance, this is what she faced. This is the online application for food assistance in 18 counties. It's long, confusing, and very few people who actually start the process make it all the way through. There's no way to save your progress through the, 51 screens? Can't come back. You have to do it all in one sitting. It doesn't tell you the documents like your ID or pay stubs that you need to submit alongside of this application. And it doesn't work on a mobile phone. Now you can imagine if you're having to rush to pick your kids up from school, the library is only open for certain hours, that you may only have one window in a whole month to sit down and complete this application. So our team took a step back and said, okay, what if the application that Renee needed was available on her phone? It's the first device that many of us reach for first thing in the morning. I'm sure everyone knows exactly where their phone is right now. We know that about 20% of low-income individuals exclusively have access to the internet via their smartphone. And so what we did is we built the first mobile way to apply for food assistance in the country called Get CalFresh. And we started really small. If you go to demo.getcalfresh.org, that is not the application that we started with. What we did is we focused on boiling down the legalese and making sure that our information was written in plain English, taking those 200 questions, boiling them down to 15. What is the basic information that someone needs to get into the door? Really thinking about the new outreach channels that we can reach people at. It's beyond just helping someone apply for food assistance in 10 minutes, which is really cool because we have the data to show how long does it actually take people to apply for food assistance using Get CalFresh. Sometimes our team will even have races in the office. Beyond just having an application, because that's great and all, it's simply just like an online form, we wanted to follow our users and document the barriers they addressed after they submitted the application, because the application is just the first step. You still have to upload your verification documents and have that interview with the case manager eligibility staff. And then we began to find barriers like this, like interview notices arriving a day after the interview was scheduled to take place, perhaps in the wrong language, and you're not quite sure where you're supposed to call. In some counties, we discovered these letters, but we know that there are a lot of challenges that CalFresh applicants face when they're trying to apply. When they missed the interview, they had to start the interview process over again entirely. And our county partners, the welfare directors, were really eager to work with us on these problems because we worked alongside of them every step of the way. We shared what we were working on. We were sharing our learnings, no matter how awkward it can be. The welfare directors now had visibility into some of the problems that we've showed, like this one, showing them where this fits into the entire process of applying for food assistance. And then there were huge operational costs that come alongside of this as well. This is just one small example. There are dozens of barriers just like this. And then there's actually uploading the documents themselves. It's hard enough to track down old pay stubs, find a scanner that works. So for the first time, CalFresh applicants can actually just take a picture of their ID and upload it alongside of their application. Again, we didn't launch Get CalFresh with this. This is a change that came 2 years down the road after getting into the field, talking with users, and seeing what would be helpful for eligibility staff within the government. We heard that, hey, we wish there was a way when we were conducting our eligibility interviews that we could send our clients to a website and upload their documentation. In some counties now you can do that with Get CalFresh. So as I mentioned, we work with a lot of different people. I am not a technologist, so I think it's really fun when I'm explaining how this project works to our county partners. To me, it's a little bit like magic. We're essentially an interface that sits on top of the existing system. But we're able to talk to them about addressable barriers that residents have, like applications being abandoned halfway through, missing their interviews, failing to submit verification documents. We know too often that efforts to change the status quo or make progress can be constrained by technology rather than enabled by it. Imagine having to work with that system every single day for 15 years. I would definitely be frustrated by that. And we know it doesn't have to be this way, and getcalfresh.org is just one step in that direction. We're identifying, measuring, and lowering barriers to access, and our mission is to close the participation gap in food assistance, help 3 million people apply and enroll. It's a big goal. We're working on it, one day at a time. But you don't have to be at Code for America to make to make progress on these challenges. I want to give a huge shout out to the Food Oasis team at Hack for LA, who's thinking about, wait, applying for CalFresh is just one avenue of getting food assistance. They're actually working to collect all of the community resources, working with the food banks, other community-based organizations. So you can just literally go to foodoasis.la, I think, and search for healthy food near you, and it'll show all of the resources that are available in your neighborhoods. Again, Food Oasis didn't launch with this beautiful webpage. Maybe they did, but I bet it was a lot of hard work of getting your tool out there, being super embarrassed by it, and letting folks know that you're here to work alongside them. That has gotten us a long, long way in our county partnership. So for all the technologists in the room, I would just keep that in mind as well. No one is going to solve these problems for us. It's going to have to be the entire community that comes together because they're all our problems too, right? And it's going to be hard. It is supposed to be hard, but the hard is what really makes it great. We're really in this together, and know that many of you here have some really great ideas for projects with the city of LA. For the city of Santa Monica, but would encourage you to find the subject experts after all of the presentations later today and hear about their experience, hear about what it's like working in government, hear what some of the challenges are that they want to see solved. I bet they have some really great ideas that you haven't thought of yet. Now, we always end our presentations with us saying, your skills are needed now more than ever. So there may be some technologists in the room who are like, wait, I'm a good back-end developer, or I'm a solid user researcher. I like coming to Hack Nights every Wednesday or Tuesday with Travis over here. But it doesn't have to end there. There are tons of jobs, tons of openings in government where you can go use your skills every day and work alongside of the people that you're going to try and help with the contest. So we're going to end it there. I'm going to bring my colleague Neil up and open it up to questions for everyone in the room.
Are there any questions?
So who's paying for Code for America? Are you volunteer-based, donation-based? What's that situation?
That's a great question. So Code for America, we're a nonprofit based in San Francisco, and we're funded by a variety of philanthropic and government sources. So individuals, companies who allow us to use some of their products, like AWS hosting for Get CalFresh, things like that.
How much pushback you got from government when you started to implement innovation? Like when you started to propose ideas, how much struggle in actually making that innovation happen?
Yeah, I think I can speak to that. I used to work at a county, Cook County in Chicago, which no one knew what Cook County really did at the time. I know in my position I would push back a lot against that. There's a lot of toggle change, and you have competing priorities and really scarce resources when you work in government. Things are happening actually relatively fast and getting a lot of demands put on you. It definitely happens. You just have to be aware of it, and there is a lot of value to the user-centered approach, and that value can be demonstrated pretty quickly. So when we're working with governments, and we work at Code for America over 150 governments at the city, county, state level, and these are in-depth engagements. We find that sort of the best work that we do is when we have a clear alignment around sort of values and what we want to get out of engagements together, and that honestly having a strong champion in government really helps unlock a lot of barriers.
How many users did you have on Get CalFresh? Was it? How many users have you helped with that?
Yeah, so we're helping right now about we're processing about 15,000 applications or 1,500 applications a week in California, which amounts to around 3,000 people helped per week. So extrapolate that out, goes up to because there's two folks per household on each application. I just mentioned that on average, and so that comes out to about 150,000 folks helped on an annual basis. Yeah, and I would say we're also growing Get CalFresh. Right now we're operating in 15 counties. We'd love to operate in all 58, so we'll see that number hopefully go up. But we also do a lot of work in safety and justice and workforce development as well.
Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. Who's the ultimate decision maker internally in terms of who decides prioritization of projects? Is it strict impact? Is it, what's kind of factoring in there?
At Code for America?
Code for America, wider government, universe, take it as far as you want. Yeah.
That's a good question. At Code for America, we've got the ultimate decision maker is our CEO. Yeah. At Code for America, the ultimate decision maker is obviously our CEO, and we have a board as well too. But on projects that you're going to be working together on, it's really critical to have buy-in from both community stakeholders and government stakeholders. So you're going to have that joint buy-in, and the more you can find things to work together on and collaborate on, and there are lots of things that are available and open to folks, the more progress you're going to make.
And it's definitely a balance, right? Like, we really want to scale Get CalFresh to help people keep their benefits, but it's also being a good partner too with our community members, with our CBOs and our counties, and understanding what their priorities are as well. So it's never just a hard, strict, like, racy metric. It's really an ongoing conversation and understanding what some of the potential trade-offs may be. And just being really open in those discussions, both internally at CFA, but then also externally too with our county partners.
Hi. Can you share the relationship with the government organization, like in Get CalFresh, as far as are you taking ownership of the technology that's running that platform completely, or are you still working with some technology partner that owns it internally at the agency? What's typical, or is there no typical situation?
Yeah, I would say there's no typical situation. So for Get CalFresh, that's a project where we're owning or running and maintaining the technology. And part of that is as we expand beyond just one county or two counties, 3 counties, it doesn't make sense for one entity to sort of hold that and then service a peer county. But in a lot of places, in a lot of the projects we've done, we've worked with the municipality or the county or the state to build the technology and hand it off, and sustainability is going to be really critical in that matter. And so having those conversations around sustainability up front, what happens after we build this tool or this application? Where does it get housed? Who's going to maintain it? Those are critical conversations to have sooner rather than later. And so we had that for Get CalFresh, and we decided to make the decision. We're going to host it in-house, and we're going to fund it, and we're going to finance it. We're going to build a team around it because that's what makes sense. And we're going to contract with government and also get some match funding from philanthropic donors to scale it up. But for other projects, it might look a lot different. So having those conversations are helpful.
Are most of the technology solutions, though, that you find mostly outsourced to contractors outside of the government? Or do you see, are there certain types of projects that tend to be owned internally by somebody?
That's a good question. My quick answer would be, anything that really involves internal data, which is really critical for governments to maintain control over, is something that you're going to want to, governments, and from my perspective, are going to want to maintain in-house. That's really critical for security and safety, and there's just a lot of issues around that. So to the extent that you can play a role where government's already looking for example, in Get CalFresh, they're already looking to partner with CBOs and outreach contractors. And what we're doing is we're acting almost as a digital assister there, or a digital contractor there. Well, in that case, it's not something that has to be in-house. So you're going to have to look through those regulations, those rules, and those intricacies, and sort of figure out what's the right model for this, and work with the partners there too.
A quick segue question. So I know we're right about to hear about one of the ways that people can get engaged locally with Code for America. What are other ways that people can connect with Code for America?
Yeah, so would very much highlight what Travis is about to say next. I just went to my first Hack for LA meetup yesterday, and it was awesome. I haven't seen, and Caitlin was mentioning this too, sort of a group that's sort of that mature and that well run, that well organized, and I think that's something that's really lucky to have in this community. So I'd give a huge sort of shout out to Travis. So that's fantastic. The other ways is, Caitlin mentioned, if you're interested in jobs, there's a job board. Just check it out. Also, just forward it on to your friends. I think it's actually something that gets a lot of traction. And then we have events, and we have a big summit where we organize a lot of folks that come together in the Bay Area every year. Would also say, if you're able to make it there, that's tremendous. And then, the easiest way, our head of comms and PR would like me to say is, just sign up for a newsletter, because there are opportunities to engage all the time, or just pitch in or contribute, or just stay up to date. And that would be just sort of a great way to sort of keep tabs on what's going on. All right, I think that's it. No more questions. Great.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
I'm going to switch this. Okay, I'll switch the slide over.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
All right. We already sort of gave a little bit of an intro, but we wanted to introduce Travis from the Hack for LA group. He is one of the co-chairs and one of the key drivers and members of that community, and hope we can all give him a warm welcome.
So Neil kind of gave away some of my game, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself. Hack for LA, for those of you who aren't familiar, is an all-volunteer group of technologists, designers, marketers, activists, government staff, and just sort of general community members who come together every week to build software addressing LA's greatest challenges, the LA region's greatest challenges, excuse me. So we have 2 Hack Nights. One of them is downtown on Tuesday nights, 6 to 9, at the LA Clean Tech Incubator, and the other is Wednesday nights, currently happening right now at Pivotal Labs on 2nd Street in Santa Monica. So please do stop by. We have a bunch of interesting projects going on. We're working on projects on food security, like you saw, Food Oasis, parking, civil service employment, public comment, public art, a bunch of different stuff. So come by, check it out. It's fun, friendly, we don't bite, etc. So, all that is just to say that we're pretty excited about civic tech. It's a pretty exciting time to be involved in civic technology. I think there's a sense among technologists, at least in my circles, that local government is sort of having a moment right now. I can't tell you how many people have come up to me since maybe about November 16th, November 17th, with ideas for how to make apps that increase civic engagement and get people more involved. So it's very exciting. It's a very exciting time to be involved in this. But jumping into the civic sphere from private sector technology universe is kind of tricky. On the one hand, it's the easiest thing in the world to play product designer and point out things on government websites that could be done better. On the other hand, a lot of your tricks aren't going to apply here. CSVs are a lot more convenient than PDFs. Agile only goes so far when the iteration cycles are measured in budget cycles. It's not the same kind of a game. So I guarantee you all right now, like the success or failure of the projects that are being created in this room are not going to depend on your technology, right? They're going to depend on how well you actually address actual real problems. Of course your technology better be robust, but if you spend all of your time thinking about tech and you forget about like buy-in and existing workflows and legacy systems and timing and incentives and politics, like congratulations, you just invented an app that has no users and the world is exactly the same as when you started. So the point of this is just to say, the point of this is not to rain on your parade and to discourage you from having a zillion ideas of how to fix things. Please continue to do that. That's why you're here. That's what we want you to do. The point is that the rules are a little different in this game, and the best and the most ingenious and the most innovative ideas are going to be the ones that navigate smoothly through this space. So I wish you all the best of luck, and if you want to learn a little bit more about how to navigate smoothly through this space, come to one of our Hack Nights. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Travis, and thank you, Neil and Caitlin.
And both Kagan and I are there Wednesday nights and would be there if it wasn't for this. So yeah, you can't.
We definitely encourage you to. The West Side Hack Night is new, so we're trying to get it off the ground. So definitely encourage you Wednesday nights at Pivotal, just a couple blocks down the street. So that's going to take us to our. I forgot you had the clicker. Yeah, no, he's. Our next and kind of the rest of the evening here. So if you look in the back of the room, there's a whole large group of folks from the city of Santa Monica. They took time out of their evenings to come and talk to all of you tonight. So a lot of folks put their hand up that this was their first Hack the Beach event. Just really quickly, the contest this year is broken into 6 kind of high-level design challenge topic areas. We're not saying exactly what you have to do, but we would like that the solution you come up with, the idea you come up with, fits in one or more of these design challenge areas. So tonight we have staff here representing all 6 of these areas, and I think we'd like to go around the room and have the Santa Monica folks introduce themselves. So if we could all turn our directions backwards, maybe start with economic opportunity.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for coming out tonight. Jason Harris. Hello, test. There we go. Do not touch any of the buttons on this microphone. Anyway, welcome. Thank you, Jason Harris, Development, and here to answer and help you all.
And I'm Jennifer Taylor. I'm also part of the economic development team. So we work with all the businesses here. We have about 9,000 businesses here in Santa Monica and over 18,000 active business licenses. So a lot of people who are here just doing certain works that for one-off. So we do lots of different programs, but we're happy to help talk to folks who are interested as we do the mixer.
Hi, my name is Cecilia Tovar, and I'm part of the building community. I'm a librarian here at the Santa Monica Public Library and oversee all the programming. And welcome.
Hi, I'm part of the health team. I'm the Chief Resilience Officer for the City of Santa Monica, so I oversee emergency management and interface with a lot of the public safety departments.
I'm on the government team, and part of my role is helping with several other folks in this room to kind of different outcome areas that we're working with tonight.
Hi, I'm Liz Cherie. I'm also on the health team. I'm a senior analyst on the Youth and Families Unit in Human Services Division. I oversee initiatives that have to do with at-risk youth, so any ideas about engaging very helpful.
If anyone invents a better wireless mic technology, you win.
You win.
Is this one on? Yeah? Okay. Hi, I'm Dean Kubani. I'm the Chief Sustainability Officer. I'm in Place and Planet. The main things that we focus on around sustainability, environmental sustainability, are three big goals that our City Council adopted. One is to become water self-sufficient by 2020. One is to become a zero-waste city by 2030, and then carbon neutral by 2050 or sooner. So everything that we do is kind of aiming towards those goals.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm in the finance department. So we look at the city's money, which is going to be very important. And we're really interested in safeguarding the city's money, spending it well for taxpayers, and making it clear what we spend it on.
Hi, I'm Brad Albert. I'm the Community Recreation Manager, and I'm in the health category, but we're very interested in promoting the physical, social, and emotional well-being and health of our community. Looking for innovative ways to be able to connect our community to our wonderful resources.
Hi, I'm Colleen. I work in the city's mobility division. If I was a judge on The Voice, I would say that last year I had the good fortune of working with the teams that got first and second place in Hack the Beach. I get to work with a lot of our programs like Safe Routes to School that encourage people to get out of their cars and into other modes of transportation.
Hi, I'm Francie. I am our city's mobility manager, and a lot of our work is about trying to make transportation options more easily available, more understood by people, and time and cost competitive with driving so we can reduce greenhouse gas emissions and increase people's quality of life. So anything you have to help us in that space would be great.
Hello, my name is Jack Moreau. I work with Francie and Colleen in the mobility division, and I'm lucky enough to work with last year's winner, Catherine and City Grows. And we actually did create a really amazing solution to one of our issues in terms of processing some of the plans and are using it today.
Hi, I'm Joe Vandenorth. I'm with the Office of Communications in the city, which is part of the city manager's office. And we interact with all the teams around the city. I'm new to the city. I've only been here 4 months. Previously worked in the publishing industry. So I'm mainly focused on how do we grow our new media platforms? How do we better engage with people directly where they are? Running social media, blogging, and really working on growth marketing so that we connect better with people online. I would love if you introduced a chatbot to help me deal with trolls. That would be really great. But yeah, excited to work with y'all.
Hi, I'm Lisa Parson. I'm from the city's Office of Civic Wellbeing. We do the city's Wellbeing Index and kind of serve as like the de facto innovation unit for the city. If you have a strange idea and you don't know where it might fit in the city infrastructure, we could probably help you figure it out. Right now we're doing a couple of innovative projects with Fitbit and with Sidewalk Lab, so we're really good at kind of connecting ideas that maybe you don't know where it would fit, but we probably have a place for it and we'd love to figure it out with you.
So I'm Araceli Esparza. I'm the purchasing manager for procurement for the city of Santa Monica. Sorry, I was with Santa Barbara previously. I'm part of responsive government and also economic development, kind of a hybrid. Again, responsible for the contracts for the city. So if you do have great ideas on how to improve our procurement process, I'm open to that. And then, of course, to grow our economic development and encouraging new vendors always coming to the city.
I'm Patty Wong, and once again, thank you for coming tonight. Director of Santa Monica Public Library. We're looking for lots of innovative ideas to create an environment where the library is a choice in terms of the third place where our community can come. So third place in terms of virtual third place as well as physical third place. So.
Hi everybody, my name is Greco Venegas. I also work here at the library. So I want to encourage all of you, before you leave, get a library card. Make sure you guys get one. So you're all invited, they're free. So absolutely great. And so I'm particularly interested in technology and the library, so bridging the digital divide. So any ideas you have on that, please reach out and talk to us. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Anahara. I like to tell people I was born and raised here in this wonderful city and now have the pleasure of working for the city. I've been here for about 2 years with the Santa Monica Police Department. I am the Youth and Family Services Support Coordinator, which basically means all things related to juvenile. That does not mean arresting them. That is when I'm called in. So I'm really interested in just how to build community with the police department in response to specific needs. And like our friend Brad said, focusing on mental, social, and emotional health.
Catherine, we've said your name a few times. Do you want to say a few words?
Hi, I'm Catherine Generakis. I'm the co-founder of City Grows, who won the first iteration of Hack the Beach, and I can't really encourage you guys strongly enough to apply for this program. It really was transformative for our company. We had incredible partners in the mobility division, and we've had incredible partners throughout the city and throughout this Hack the Beach community in terms of kind of both understanding and improving our product. Everything from our kind of our product offering to our pricing model was really developed in partnership with these guys, and now we're contracting with the city, providing services and powering the Hack the Beach application. So you can all give me feedback on the app or on our technology, really, if you as you use it. That would be great. A little chat function. We'd like to hear back from you. But also just speaking more broadly around civic tech in Los Angeles. So I was one of the original co-founders of Hack for LA 5 years ago when I did not work in anything related to civic tech. So I want to just put out there that I actually think this is one of the most important challenges sort of our time, right? To change the way the government functions using technology. It's an incredibly compelling project, and I hope all of the folks in this room get involved in it because it's super fun and fulfilling, and our partners inside of local government are like truly inspiring to work with. So I hope you guys all apply and get involved.
Thank you, everyone. There's a serious... So as you can tell, there's a serious depth of knowledge, a lot of really knowledgeable, really passionate people to talk to tonight. Ask your questions, work through your ideas, find out what their problems are. I think that's one of the keys. That's it for our scheduled program. The rest of the time is mingling, networking.
Bounce your ideas off the experts here. Just wanted to give a huge thank you again to Code for America and Hack for LA. Hope to see you next Wednesday with Travis over at Pivotal. And a big thank you to all of our co-sponsors, our organizing team here. Please. Yeah. So just in case it wasn't clear, there are posters that identify the areas. So if you have a thematic area where you'd like to talk to somebody, match it up with the poster on the wall, and the city experts are there. Yeah.
I just had that feeling.
You know, you reminded me. I forgot.
Yeah, and maybe we should. I don't know, but no, it's good. People do what they'll do. I mean, it's good. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Where did Travis go? I want to talk to him. He was awesome.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
He's great.
Yeah.
But he's moving to the East Coast at the end of the month. Yeah.
He was awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
He was really.
We all
you
team effort.
behind the scenes who kind of kept it all. Good job.
Yeah. How do we turn this on?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
really well.
Thank you.
Really?
Good job. Good job.
There it is, there it is.
Good job, team. As soon as he's done, I actually will.
Hold it off. Hold it off.
How do we turn it off? I just want to turn off the light.
I know. Just keeps. Is Jerome though? How's it going, Les? Good to see you. Yeah. So we broke. Everyone's talking.
Yeah, but everybody who introduced themselves, I was like, oh yeah, they'd be interesting to talk to.
Yeah, yeah. So I think people are kind of organized in their areas, but most of the city people have a name tag that should identify themselves as different than the other ones. So if you find somebody, yeah, talk. What's going on over there tonight?
About the same. Yeah, a tiny bit smaller.
Okay.
But probably mostly because there aren't these.
I mean, Bernardo's here. Yeah, a few people are over here.
Oh yeah. I've seen Johnny.
Oh yeah. Johnny's out. Hi. Hi, I'm Kegan. Nice to meet you. Okay. I don't think so. No. Because you're not a city employee, right? Yeah, no, I think you should apply. I think you should definitely apply. Yeah. We'll work those details out later.
Mr. West, how you doing, sir?
Hi.
How was the event today?
Huh?
You went to the event today?
Yeah, I just bounced over here to just see this.
Yeah.
About it.
How was it? Did you pull it some?
If you have any questions about that, I manage the open data portal. Yeah. Yeah.
And you, Kegan, and
Yeah, I
Yes.
want to see what's up with this. This looks interesting.
yeah.
Also, the Book for American
Yes.
people, they talked a little bit about what you're doing.
Yeah.
The project that Get How Fresh. Looks good.
Yeah.
So there are ways to filter, and then you can download what you're filtering. It's a little clunky. There's a blue button in the top that says filter, and then it pops open this menu, and you got basically you can, like if it's a date column, you can say give me everything between these dates or before this or after this.
Certainly.
Yeah, so when you're looking at the data, you've got like the Excel sheet thing. Over in the top right is a blue. It says filter. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course. And I think that one kind of, since it's not a state agency, it's like you have to go to the cities.
And it takes forever, right?
They're deploying kind of county by county throughout California.
Yeah.
Anyway, there might be opportunities like that, like a well-established Code for America project that we can help with.
Okay, so who's the person that I can talk to? This Neil or Catherine?
Yep, the category. Yeah.
All right, I'll check out the webpage then.
There's also, and this may be more helpful, if you
ask either, why don't we just ask one?
If you just go to the Open Data Portal and search,
They flew down, right?
we have a daily version of that. So it's just the current day
So if I get the chance, of course,
calls. So
I'll
that may be a place that's like a much smaller set of data. It's just the current day. And every day that's refreshed. So that might be another place to look.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the slide. Yeah. All right, boys, I'm leaving. See you next Wednesday.
So the majority of our data that's available publicly is there. We also we're kind of in the process of migrating some of our geographic data into a different product called GeoHub, which is a similar kind of open data portal, but really focused on geographic data, mapping, that kind of thing. So pretty much all the data that we have is on that portal. Now I will, I don't have a pen or anything. If you go to open.smgov.net, that's the full catalog of everything, all the code we make available, all the data we make available. Thank you. Open. Just open.smgov.net. Just open. Yeah, that's good. SMGov. That's like the full catalog of everything. It links to our well-being data, it links to our geographic data. Yep. So everything's on there on one page. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Very nice meeting you. Yeah. Feel free to reach out. Yeah, let me. Oh, yeah.
done. I just want,
give me 30 seconds.
yeah, no, and I don't mean to interrupt. I just want you to know I couldn't do my job.
Okay, thank you. I tried to call you today. I sent you an email saying you call. You haven't applied yet. You need to apply.
No, it's gonna happen.
Close this Friday.
I know it is. I know it is. I'm like halfway through. I haven't saved my progress. And it's tomorrow morning. That's my goal. Put it through tomorrow.
Can't get a job, you know.
I know. Thank you for the reminder.
Frank's gonna be in
We have some time scheduled on Friday.
We took a good idea. work, Max? Yep. Microphone's over there. Zip them up, put it back, and then we'll put them over here.
One of them is not put away. I don't know what doesn't have one yet. We can roll off. And then we'll put the last and second row in the